I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright.
Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, staring down the barrel, waiting for the final gates to open to a new tomorrow. Moving with the motion, following the light that sets me
Hello everybody. Why does my screen look so strange to me? Am I? Oh, that's fine. How's everybody doing? Boom, hello. 2XP Games, hello. West Coast of Norway is always like this. Annoying. Show code. Actually, boom, I have something to show you. Hold on, let me find it. I have spaghetti for you. Where's my code? No, not that one. Dating. Spaghetti! There you go, print screen spaghetti. I managed to get neat blender nodes. Look how straight they are. Yoink. Are you enjoying the snow, though, XP2 XP games? I'm guessing not, because it's, what, snow, rain, and then it's just, like, layers of ice with snow on top of it. Yoink. This was weird. I did this yesterday. Where is it? Layout. Oh, that's what I want. Okay. The issue I have with this at the moment is I tried to do texturing in Unreal Engine, not Unreal Engine, in Blender, because I was trying to avoid using Substance Painter, and I was just like, I have to go back to Substance Painter, and I'm sad about it, but it was a learning experience, so that's cool. Like, this was all that was all the nodes that I had to use to do this, and this is like one smart material in Substance Painter, and I was just like, no. But yeah, I was like, when I see it, I'll show. Boom. So today, you've been streaming a lot this week, Boom. Like a lot. Like 1,000 streams this week. Did I fix any bugs this week? What did I work on? So this week I worked on... I need to actually add the continue button. That's what I wanted to do today. So we'll have a continue button, and I moved the quit button down. I sat here and I realized we have no continue button. So the moment you have to go select, and then you have to select the last level. So I want to make it so you don't have to do that today. It just automatically does it for you. So we will do continue today. And then I will give the enemies some additional health as well. Let me just check something. Right, there we go. So that's like that. How are we going to do this continue button? So main menu, main start. So we can press continue, but it does nothing. So let's go back to the main menu. Let's go to that. Let's make it clickable. That's all for testing. That all plays a 2D sound, so we can move that one to the top then. Pom pom pom. So we'll do that. We'll do something, and then we'll play a sound. Let's use a reroute node. Menu making day. I want to work on one menu thing, and then I need to go back to the code, and I need to add configurable health to my enemies. Because at the moment, the enemies don't have, when we press play, they all have the same amount of HP. And as much as I can change that, I want it to be that it gets set from when they get told to spawn. So I can basically say spawn enemy of type and then spawn enemy with this one's HP. I've got to make a few changes. Because you see they all have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars, which means that they have 500 HP. Because green means 100 per slot. I can change it on their types, but I need to actually be able to define that somewhere. So it's like, no, oh no, I'm gonna lose my own game. Add gun tower strong. What's another strong one? Laser tower, go. I need to remove the collision there. Laser towers is the strongest towers. Yeah. You will never get past me. Let's just turn on hacks. And let's add a gun tower over there and there and there. Oh wait, we need to add a bunch of upgrade points. All the hacks today. Upgrades. Okay, there's a max gun tower. And there's another max gun tower. Look at all that damage. Look how much damage he's doing. I also need to fix that bug. I think 4 max upgrade towers means the enemies can't get past. Let's see. Will they make it? Which one's done the most damage? This one. Let's add a missile tower, because they're confused. I'm surprised that some of these were getting through, to be completely honest. These towers just like decide to stop. 13,000, 12,000. Oh, this is where we save. So if I go back to the main menu, we should actually see a very large amount of save time now. So if we go... Jedam, hello, how are you doing? Load game, 6 minutes, 31 seconds. It works. That works, which is kind of fantastic. How are you doing today, Jedam? Are you well? Let me think, how is this continue button actually going to work? So when we go to select level, we would do what? So let's make a comment. So find out what the last non-completed level is. Otherwise, so basically do play last unlocked level. So where is unlocked but is not completed. Because I believe if we open the Select level. Where is the select level? This one? How does it know? Show level is unlocked. In the event graph, when we construct this. There we go. So here's the event graph. Build the widget, we clear the children, we get the data from select level data. Then where is the call to the game instance? There we go. So is level complete? So if the level is complete, and I think let's start with that. Let's start with, is the level complete? It's cold. Set is level complete. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want to set it. So show level is unlocked is what? So we give it an index, and that does... First level is always unlocked. Fine. This goes and it gets the data table. It gets the name. And it finds out if it's been complete. So kind of a combination of these two things should give us everything we need. Cat in a box. Boom's in the box. Boom, do you do your texturing in Substance Painter or in Blender? Because I feel like you do it in both. I'm just not sure. Actually, don't you do it in Blender? Mm-hmm. 90% Substance. Okay, fair. Substance is so expensive, it makes me so angry. Both at the same time using all four of our hands. Makes sense. So let's do this. One-time purchase on Steam. The one-time purchase one on Steam, does that give you access to like what do you call those things? All the smart materials, or do you just get some smart materials and then you never get more? Like if I go to Steam, how much is Substance Painter these days? This makes no sense. Oh. It's either $21 a month, £21 a month, or 170 pounds. I don't know. I have Adobe also, and I can download the smart mats, but I don't pay for the 3D package. So if I were to buy this, I would get the 2025 version and get no more updates, right? Like how many months? Tyrion, hydrate, thank you. How many months does that work out as? Thank you for the hydrate. You're using the 2023 version? Because I'm wondering if it's like worth buying it every like 2 years. Or every 3 years so you get all the new features. Because let's see. 167.99 divided by 12 means that it's £14 a month. Basically. Opposed to the yearly one with that that they have at the moment, which is, because at the moment it's basically £20 per month for me times 12, so it's £240. I wonder if you can buy it on an annual subscription. I love the reviews mixed. I guess that's the advantage of what you're doing, is if you buy it at once and then you just keep it for a couple years, it works out a lot cheaper. Maybe I need to do that. So how much would that be? Does it say 170 divided by 24? It's like £7 a month for 2 years. That's much more manageable. Manageable. Okay, let's create a function. Save. Select level. This is of type select level data. So let's copy that. Select level data. Copy. Let's go back to the main menu and paste variable, and it should be set. There we go. It's set. Then we go get. Then we go wrap. Then we go make a function. Laps into a function. There we go. Not that I think we'll ever hear that sound click, but it's fine, whatever. No. Let's go like that, and that, that, and that. And there we go. Look at my nose. They're so neat. Let's give this a different color. Let's give it a purple color. Because Boom is here today.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, indeed. There, I gave them Boom colored purple. Even though you're currently red on Twitch. But that's not the point, okay? It's not the point. Why are you angry? Oh, because I made you angry. That one. So we get the data table row. Do that. And let's just say continue game. I want to go back to ice blue, but the color is a paywall. That's frustrating. The ice blue does look good. What does this button do? It continues. It just continues. Thank you for that, Chatham. So when you press this button, it gets the data table rows, and then it just says done. That's all it needs to do. So now, when we press play, I'm gonna, not that one. It will now make a sound and show text. Actually, it doesn't make a sound. This is super awkward. But it shows done. It shows done. Is it because there's no return node? Do return nodes actually do something? I think it's just super soft. Hold on, we'll pause the music and then I can hear it. No, it's just not playing. I may have actually, it may be because I'm muted in Real Engine because there was too much sound. It says done. See? Done. It's done. What else do we need to do? It says it's done, so it's done, right? There. So, I don't know what that was. We'll just ignore that. No one ever saw that. So we get the data table, and then we are going to do what with the data table? We need to basically go through and figure out, has the level been complete? So how do we do that? We do, that's an index. We're going to loop through, we're going to get each data table row, and we're going to check if the level has been complete. I wonder if it's just easier to save this to the data file. Like, it's probably just easier to save this to the data file when I save the game. You finish level. That was so weird. There's ghosts in my room, I tell you. Anyway, I'll just figure it out this way, it's fine. Actually, wait, let's think about it. If you are playing the game and you do a particular... What? No, it's almost the last completed level. Yeah, it's the last level. So then we go get. We can use a copy. Actually, we can just do this. 4 each with a break. Which version of Unreal are you using? I'm using Unreal Engine version 4.5, 5.4.4? 5.5. Yeah, 5.5.4. What version are you using? I want to upgrade, but I'm scared to upgrade. I upgraded my OBS last week Sunday, and half of my OBS broke, and I was so sad. What version are you running, Boom? I'm also scared. I regret upgrading. Let's just put it that way. And now I don't want to downgrade because I don't know what version I was on. So I'm kind of like, well, what shall I do? You're still on 5.3.2? Dang, 5.6. Are you on 5.6 or 5.6.1? Don't you find that there's a memory leak in 5.6? I know Crimson's been complaining about that one. What are you? You are ST map struct. ST map struct. Yay! I can put my eyes back on. I don't know what a memory leak is, so it can't hurt you. True. If you don't know what it is, you're immune. The ultimate defense. A memory leak is when the memory on your computer starts literally leaking out of the case and just like makes a pool on the floor, you know, a little puddle next to the computer case. And you're like, oh no, what is that? Oh no, I have a memory leak. Quick, get a sponge. I can't remember what the next part was. Oh, is level complete, so get the game instance. Do we have a game instance? Get then graph. Do we have an on construct? That's what it is. Oh no, Boom has a memory leak. Get game instance. ed game instance. Mode to a variable. Compile that. That can go there. That can go there. Is level complete. it's true, we do nothing. Actually, if it's true, we do nothing. If it's false, then how do we open a level at the moment? What do I do to open a level? What do I do? When I click play, what happens? Edit, event graph. Oh, open level by selected index. Good morning, Sir Stevie. Hello, how are you doing? So then we can go, and I have no idea which way around it is, so we're going to go open level by index. I think I set this up in a way that I can just do that. If not, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be so sad. I'm doing good. I'm good. My keyboard is completely taken apart and spread across a towel. Oh, nice. You're doing the keyboard clean. Isn't it satisfying though? I did that about 2 or 3 weeks ago while I was watching a movie. I find it very therapeutic. This can go and be aligned with you. Nope, that side. You can be aligned there. I had to end stream yesterday when I spilled a whole coffee on the keyboard, forcing me to clean it. Whoops. Do you take sugar in your coffee? Because if you don't, it's less bad. But if you do, it's worse for the keyboard. No sugar, thankfully. Okay, so you don't have to deal with that. It's like when you spill Coke on your keyboard or something, not cocaine, like Coca-Cola, just to be just to put that out there, and then you get all the keys super sticky and you have to clean it. I'm surprised because I've dropped multiple cups of tea on my keyboards and somehow they still work. Oh, they have been cleaned afterwards. You know, when you spill cocaine on your keyboard. Yes. I just hate it when that happens, right? Just the worst. The other day I was coming back to sort of my study because I was going into a meeting and I just made a cup of tea and I'm like, I'm just going to quickly put the cup of tea down and then go and get a snack. I ended up spilling half my tea on the keyboard. Well, not on the keyboard, but like next to my laptop, and I'm like, god damn, that was close. So after that mild panic, I didn't get my snack and I was almost late for my meeting because I had to clean up the puddle that was on my desk. Open level by index, and then we can return. You can return. You can do that instead. I have no idea if this is going to work. Oh, what we should probably do actually is... Did we break? Cocaine bear. Out, cocaine keyboard fire. How did the rest of your stream go yesterday? Did I watch your stream yesterday? Yes, I did watch it. I was watching it while I finished my last bit of work. It was quite short. Well, I suppose you did spill a cup of coffee on your keyboard. I don't think this is going to work the way I think it's going to work. Actually, can't we just... This might be bad. I'm just going to try it. You know what? Try it. Actually, that can't go there. But after stream, I made a placeholder mesh for my item teleporter, and it's vibing so hard. Ooh, that's exciting. Are you just going to grayscale it and put it in, or are you going to give it some visual texturing? Why is the word texturing escaping me today? Everything is grey box. Nice. What does this button do? Takes me to there. Really? Okay, let's debug it. And continue. What happens? So what do we do here? We go through the loop. We get... I hate debugging blueprints. I need to settle. Oops, sorry. I need to settle on a name for my game, and for me as a developer. Yes, it's very satisfying when you get the name. I spent a while going through iterations for the name, but it really helped when I had a name, and I could actually like. You can put the at least the name on Steam. It feels like, oh yeah, this thing's actually coming to life. Are you just gonna announce the game to everyone, or are you gonna have like an announcement stream or something? Like I made a whole video announcing my game. Step, is it true? Oh, so it's true, so it won't continue. So then we do that. I've never seen that open up in a different window before. So then is it true? It's not, so we're gonna go through that shenanigans again. And then we can close. Okay, we can't close that. Then this should be false, so we go to here. Then we go, let's step into that. That then does that, which does that. So we get index 2. So there's level 0, 1, 2. Which is level 3. So that's not confusing. Da-da. How much of your story have you finished for your game? That should give me that. That gives me the map file, which is a shared ref. It's actually an object reference. Then we can call cast the game instance, set game instance equal to 1. And this is an index of 2, so what does index 2 actually mean? So it's going to set the index to thing. I'm going to use the Steam trailer as the game announcement, and I think I might make a second video with me talking about the project, kind of like a Kickstarter project video. Well, that's a good idea. But I won't use the second one on Steam. I have the outline of the story in my head, but I don't have much in actual writing. So I know what will happen, but I haven't created the script or law text yet. Fair enough. It sounds like you got a good idea for it, which is good. I've been struggling a lot with the concept for the enemy design, because I've got basically placeholders at the moment, and I've been going through sort of iterations for what I'm trying to do with the enemies. And basically what I discovered was I can't answer that question until I have a story. I've got a idea of a story sort of written out now, and somewhat storyboarded for like an opening scene to start explaining how the game goes. What's the story for your game like? I don't want to spoil too much. I'm wondering how much I can actually say without saying too much. That's like part of the problem, is I'm trying to come up with the concepts for the enemies, because the enemies, I mean, going backwards and forwards, they feel like they need to fit into the universe, but they don't actually have to be too similar. But there has to be sort of a limit. So essentially, you are going up against an enemies that are trying to. I'll just press stop here. Let's do this. If we go level _1, the concept is that the enemies are trying to apparently wait for your shaders to compile. The enemies are trying to get this data cube. Like that is the premise that I have for the game so far. But there needs to be a reason for it. So there can't just be, you know, sort of what I call it is like just standard flesh enemies. So like if we look at where is an image that kind of describes this. As a streamer, what you want to talk about is publicly, and how much are you going to spoil for the viewers? Yes, I find that is like the balance. So if we look at not that one, this guy for example, because I found this enemy and I thought this could work kind of well, but I feel like because they're going for what I call technology, which is my data cube, they need to have a sort of a reason for why they're going for it. So something that looks super, you know, organic to me doesn't seem like he's going to be after technology or want to steal technology, which means that I've got to make them kind of look a bit more technological, for lack of a better word. So I've gone through like a bunch of different iterations from stuff that I've seen. Like, this is all the stuff that I've been looking at, different concepts for how I can make them. Styla! But I still haven't settled on one. It's still been quite a struggle as to what they should look like. So I need to give it more thinking. Braxton, hello, how are you doing? How are you today, Temptic? I'm good, glad to hear it. Everyone is here, yes. How are you? I'm pretty good, not too bad. I'm glad it's the weekend. It was a very quick week for me. It was a very busy week, so maybe that's why it was quick. Why does Unreal do this? So I got to physically click on the rock to make the rock go the correct color. It's still the wrong color. And then if I open you, do you go the correct color? No. And if I open you, that is weird that the base for these have just completely gone. I'm guessing the parent material's got something wrong with it, which is strange. And you? Are you also broken? No, you're fine-ish. You just have zero quality to you. I'll have to add that to my stuff to fix later. Yeah, you guys got zero quality today. Oh, it's because the base is broken. I might have to re-download these and then I can get the component back. Why does Unreal do this? Yeah, I don't know. Like these trees, or the foliage that I have here is great at the moment. And there's a fix for it, I just can't remember what it was. But then if I open the static mesh for them, you see it's correct. And then it would get like loaded into memory. Thank you, Bowles. I'm fairly certain this was working a second ago. Oh, they're all broken. Okay, I will look at that later. Let me fix the continue button not working. Also looking at, I looked at about 25 pages of one of the websites, which I worked out was about 300 different meshes, all for enemies that I think, well, not that I think they would work, but like options of different enemies that I'm going to look at. So where was this file again? So this file was this one. What does level 3 look like? What is level 3? So level 3 doesn't have a map, so maybe that's why it doesn't work. So let's make level 3 use level 1's map. So let's see what that does. If I press play now, and we go main menu, start, continue, continue, that brings me here. So weirdly, accessing. Oh, because you don't actually have any data for that. That's a completely different problem, so that's fine. That should solve that. What I should do... Okay, there's one more thing I need to do. So that's fine. Set actor location, not that one, this one. In here, this. Go into the graph node. Do I not have a construct node? On construct. Construct. Event construct. What we need to do is check if the save. Let's do this one. And everyone, thank you for the hydrate, the posture check, and the stretch. I think the problem with the overall design language of your... Thank you, Bubbles. Good idea. So, I think the overall design language of your enemies is super interesting. Will you be modifying the fab assets to bring them in line with the story? I'm unsure of what to do, because I have either used fab assets that I think will work, which would obviously be the easiest, but they have to somewhat be within budget because some of them do get quite expensive. The other option is find assets that I think could kind of work and modify them, because there's a level of sort of variation that I want to do with the enemies. So, especially in a tower defense game where you've got a lot of repetition as is, you need to... I think you've got like 3 different tools that you can use. You can use the same enemy. So like, let's look at level 1 as an example. So level 1 you would have... So level 1, wave 1, you would have the easiest possible enemy spaced out quite considerably to allow you to get familiar with the game. Then wave 2 would be maybe the same enemy but a bit closer together. Wave 3, maybe introduce the same enemy, but now let's say you have a 75-25 split, so you start introducing a new enemy and you sort of build that up over and over. So you can do the entire first level with only 2 enemies. So it's about finding sort of a balance between how often you're showing the enemies. So you can do what the enemies visually look like, and then you can do subtle differences in them. So for example, if we take like a where is that other example one again? This one. Now I have no idea if this is how they actually even do it. I am completely thumb sucking all of this. This guy, just for lack of interest. So let's say that's the standard grunt level, and then as he gets, let's say, you know, let's say his standard health is 500, and then we have a different version of him which is the same guy but just with more health, but now we add some armor to him, so now he's like 1000 HP, and then we add another version where we give the armor, maybe make the armor like super shiny or give it a different visual look, and now he's 2000. So now I've got the same enemy that we've used him in 3 different ways. Based on what I saw from your turrets you made, I think you should customize your assets. You have the skills. I'm considering that. I'm also considering trying to find maybe something that looks like this, you know, so this futuristic style, and potentially making them. I'm hesitant to make them because I know how long it's going to take. Like this distinguishment I thought was quite cool, where this is your standard grunt and this is the tank version of it. and then this could be like a, I don't know, an enforce or a different kind. I think these three are a bit too similar in their contrast. I'd like them to look slightly more different than that, but trying to get that level of sort of expertise. So without concept art, I feel like this is an impossible challenge, which I suppose it is for a lot of people. Is you can't just come up with, you can't just thumb suck it out your head. You need something to work with. What I thought might be a possible option is, some people are very good at making concept art for games, is maybe reaching out to, on like Fiverr or something, finding someone, explaining what I'm kind of wanting each of the different enemies to look like, and getting them to do a design for them, and then taking that and either I model them or get someone to model the actual 3D models for it. It's not just about having the skills, it's also the time it takes, which is another big factor. Yes. Because if I look at my towers, if as they stand right now, there's my master board. This one is the only one that's actually game ready. That one's currently in Unreal Engine ready to go. This one is actually ready for painting. I've been umming and ahhing with Substance Painter at the moment, whether I'm going to get the how I'm going to do it, because I did an experiment last night. I can show you with how do you, because I've never done texturing in Blender. It's something that's completely new to me, and I wanted to see what the process was, sort of what it was like. So I had this that I made early in the week because I was trying to play around with 3D modeling again, because I find it a lot of fun. And this was all the nodes that I needed just to make what is essentially a smart material that you get as a one-click add in Substance Painter. So it also comes, there's an analogy that someone said to me many years ago, which is the right tool for the right job, which is annoyingly true, especially when I used to do things like around the house, when we lived in not an apartment but an actual house, and there was stuff to fix. Often just going out buying the correct tool meant that it was quite literally a 5-minute job versus a 3-hour job, because you landed up completely. Let's take a screw. If you have the wrong screwdriver and you land up wrecking the screw, then you've got to drill out the screw and all sorts of other things. So get the right tools for the right job. So as much as I don't want to spend money on Substance Painter, if it's going to do the job and get the stuff done, then it might be a good idea. Also, I do find it sadly annoyingly fun. I'm thinking of trying to paint, which is a Blender add-on that's supposed to be like Substance. If you do try it, please let me know, because I am looking for alternatives to Substance, because I find Substance is good. I find it just very expensive, and I don't think at the moment I'm not finding any alternatives that are either similar or somewhat on par, because Adobe just has a complete monopoly off of it. I wish Epic had bought it. It would have been great. Doing good, just tired, spent all day yesterday redoing and refactoring my door blueprint due to the BP corruption bug I had. I had a BP corruption bug the other day as well. Still got more to add, but I am back to where I was before the bug happened. That's good. Imagine if Epic owned Substance. If Epic owned Substance, that would... oof. Seems the gang is all here. The gang is all here. Finish Fire talked about Substance Alternative, but I forgot what it's called. Substance or Designer. I think it's this. Yeah, okay. It would be nice if there was a basically Blender but Substance Painter, like Blender is for like Maya and all the other ones. Is it an Armor Painter? I've heard about Armor Painter. This is Substance Painter but free if you compile it yourself. Because what I want to do, one of the next big things that I want to get onto is I need to get this painted I know that this one currently exists in a Substance Painter file that I have on my PC at the moment. I just can't open it because I don't have a license. This one is, I can't remember how far I got. I think it's partly unwrapped, but we'll see. I think, oh, and Paint is not a robust substance. Yeah, that's basically what I'm getting, is a lot of people like, it can kind of do some of the pieces. The bug was where a special variable was being reset to its default value whenever it entered or was used inside of the function of a macro. Spent 3 hours trying to debug until I realized I had a problem with blueprint corruption. Yikes. So Crimson, the one that I had, and it took me 3 evenings. I spent 3 nights on it, so about 6 to 8 hours worth of work trying to fix. And it was with my tower actor. So in my tower actor, we have the upgrade component, which is this code here. This kept being set to null, even though it was, so it would get constructed correctly. When begin play ran, it was null. And I was like, what's going on? And I spent hours and hours and hours trying to figure this out. Eventually I tried a different blueprint altogether, and I saw that it was correct, it was working correctly, and my only way of fixing it was to just delete the blueprint and recreate it. Something somewhere inside of the blueprint, and I've tried like deleting my cache, deleted the intermediate files, re-cleaned everything, built the project again. Nothing made a difference, and it was just with that one blueprint, and eventually rebuilding the blueprint and it fixed it. And I'm like, that's a little terrifying. Material Maker is an open source program that is similar to Substance Painter. Is it any good? It seems like it's also quite node based. Oh, there's a community library. That could be helpful. It's byte corruption of the blueprint, which is what caused my problem as well. Just depending on what bytes or bits or bytes that affects on different effects it causes. I wish you could reconstruct the blueprint. Like, here's kind of the data that you want, and tell Unreal that it could just reinitialize, rebuild the blueprint without completely losing everything in the blueprint. I might have to look at that one a bit later. Maybe I'll try that. I've had blueprints do weird stuff before. Had to go to backups. I guess that is one of the good things about the fact that you've got sort of backups like that, Boom. Is because you're completely replacing the binary file like that, you could do that. Like, I could have gone back to a previous version where it was working, but I've got, like, if I look at the last sort of month, it's like I would have got to go back quite a bit further, and who knows at what point it stopped working, because there's quite a few, you know, commits in here. It's Saturday, which means Saturday time. Adam and Rain, hello. Epic owns Quixel Mixer. It's quite good, but they don't support it, upkeep, and don't push it into the hands of the users. I've heard Quixel Mixer it's got mixed reviews from what I've heard. Unreal doesn't seem to have much in the place to prevent blueprint corruption, since it seems to happen way more often than people realize. This is, well, that's the other thing, Crimson, is the same blueprint I had issues with previously. So since I've started this project, that blueprint is corrupted twice so far, the same one. It is the one that I'm primarily making all the changes to first before I try anything on the other ones, because it's the sort of the first default tower that I use, which is the gun tower. So I make all the changes to that one, and then I trickle the changes over to the other ones if they need it. How are you doing today, Anna-Marie? Are you well? Did you have a good week? Completely forgot what I was doing. So we construct this, and then we check, is it a new game, or do we have a save game? we should always have a save game, but we check if the first level is complete. Get is level complete. And what is the first level? So the first level will be select a level, get data, get row, get data table row name. What's going to be that? So td map struct, unique name goes into there. Do that. Oh wait, that comes later on. So we do all of this. Text 3D is my favorite feature. That's a crying shame. Also, text 3D components have all sorts of bugs in 5.7, so don't use them in that. Ooh, great. Great to know. I'm very good. My driver's test, driving lessons are going great. How was your week? That's good to hear. I'm very excited for you. My week was pretty good. It was very busy, but it was one of those weeks where after Monday, Monday felt like one of those days where when I finished everything that I needed to do on Monday and finally had dinner, it felt like I already had a whole week. So I was like, wow, this is going to be one hell of a long week. And then all of a sudden it was Friday and I was like, where did the week go? But overall, it was a good week. I shan't complain. Get, we want the first one into there. That goes into there. That goes into there. That can go there. You'll need one of these over there. And then you back there. That goes there. Then we need to get the game instance. TD game instance. We'll do that one. Branch. Is that a pinball machine on the song's cover? It is. You've got quite the eye for it, Temtic, don't you? With all your pinball things. Are you looking for inspiration? Well, I suppose it's not actually... No, that's technically not a pinball machine. It's a game thing, just arcade. But I see what you mean. Your eyes are honed in on them. Disappointed. It's ad break time! Yeah, Temtic. There we go, just for you, Temtic. Mini bumpers, yes. And the bumpers are huge. Look how small the flippers are compared to the bumpers. I feel like a machine that cannot make do anything. And I cannot make do anything like the claw machine games. I put money in and bounce the ball once you lose. The bugs I've confirmed with text 3D components in 5.7 are can crash the editor during compilation, causing blueprint corruption. Ooh. Maybe that's why the blueprints are getting corrupted all the time. Doesn't update the render option with the character movement collision. Exists for them, but Events can't be binded and sections can't be changed. Viewpoint editing causes misalignment, requiring recompilation, and finding components can disappear at runtime, causing crashes if accessed. Great! That is quite frustrating. Let's see me play playtest on subject tutorials. Yes, do it, do it. Kexek, hello, how are you doing? And yet Epic says 3D text components are production area right. What a joke. Do. I subbed and Twitch says I didn't. Didn't say it into chat, really. Yeah, it didn't even show any notification. That's so weird. You got scammed. Yeah, it's done. Why do I have the clip leaderboard? So we do that. We check if that is true. If it's there, we go. Thank you for the subscription for 8 months, Hexic, and congratulations on actually getting the notification this time. Hooray! Wow, big delay. Glad I finally gave the notification. Stevie, did you also have issues when you upgraded to the new version of OBS? Because I did it last Sunday and half of my stuff just stopped working. And I know you at one point had an issue and I was like, I'm going to wait a bit. So I waited a bit and it wasn't long enough. So I logged in, got another ad, then subbed. Yeah, I just had 2 issues. I had a bunch of my notification systems just stopped working. They just decided, nope. Some of my plugins that I have, or add-ons, whatever you want to call them, they just broke. I had to reinstall them to get them to work. What else? Oh, your CC plugin is broken. I still haven't fixed it. I need to find a different one because it keeps thinking I'm saying things that I'm not saying. And it broke your Steam Deck. Okay, I updated my Steam Deck before I did the OBS update. So maybe I got lucky with that. But I did notice that the previous week, a lot of the interactions between OBS, Stream Deck, and what was the other thing? Something else broke. With a hype train! Why does it look like notifications aren't properly coming through? Thank you for the 100 bits, Stevie. I appreciate that. Was it you that started the hype train? Was that just like super delayed? All right, fam. Please make combo dream happen. Hype trains are delayed, yes. What is the combo thing? So the combo thing, I saw the first time I saw the combo thing, it was actually on Stevie's stream. So then I just clicked Twitch, I clicked apply, and then Twitch said, "Oh, okay, here, have this thing," and I was like, "Okay, cool." My oscilloscope comes tomorrow. That's exciting. You must let me know how it goes. I got a notification from or was it Amazon? Are you done looking at this thing? Do you want to have another look? I'm like, yes, but now I am done. Thank you. What do you have to do for the combo thing? Wait, you did 2. You did 200 biddies. Baby! Thank you for the biddies. I was wondering why at the top it said the number had changed. I was like confused. There's a little button next to the follow and subscribe button. Oh, okay. Now I actually see how it works. But yeah, what's the use of it? What's different from cheering? It does on-screen hype. So when, at least when Stevie did it, I saw a whole bunch of things show up on my, like, you know, like the emote overlay, where when people type certain emotes, it sort of goes over the whole screen. Like, to me, it did that on the chat, on the actual chat window. So like when I do this, you'll see it'll pop up all over the screen. Decided, disgusting, control yourself. Thank you for the thought, I appreciate it. And I've completely lost my train of thought for what I was doing. Turret emotes. Yeah, they're turret emotes now. It's the laser turret. Do that one. You might buy a bench power supply. I want to do that as well. There's a whole bunch of electronic stuff that I want to get. I considered getting like another table for it. Demchick! Demchick has a script running. So, hold on, if this works, we go like this, that's a variable, button continue. Go back to here, button continue. Oop. Set is visible. Set visibility. Let's go hidden. That one. I'm Matt. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Well, Temptic is one person, so paparazzi. You're not just that mean. Or am I? Dun, dun, dun. Maybe Temptic is 3 people. You'll never know. Right, so if the first level is visible, look, if the first level is complete, which is level 0, then this should be, it's true, it's hidden, otherwise it is visible. That is such a cute emo. Did you get that from the hype train? Let's see, did I do it right? P. I'm talking about the button P, by the way. It's a new game. That's the wrong way around. I've had this one for a long time. I think it was one of the old hype emotes. That's so cool. So if it is completely true, it's visible. If it's not, it's hidden. Yeah, that should be the right way around. So then we press play, we go to the main menu, start. Okay, so now we have the continue button, but if I press new game, and then I go main menu, start. If I click load game, and I select load and go back. Might have to do a notification on this one as well. Let's go back to the main menu and let's do on load. Is there a Isn't there on Switch something? There's like an on show or what is the... This widget has one. Get texts, there's not event construct, it's begin. Okay, this is when we click the call level selected button, right? So in the game instance, what do we have? My guess is... Let's go to TD game instance. What properties do I have? We have 0 delegates inside of here. Oh, TD subsystem. Can I bet that? My favorite ones are the sweating snowman. Oh, you got the snowman, and this is fine. That one's so cool. Is that a play on the Simpsons one? The hide. Those are so cool. That's so cool. Look at all my delegates. I have so many delegates. Some would say I have too many delegates. I would say I don't have enough. I want more. Delegates of power. More. And I'm looking for like a very specific one. You can have your delegates and I'll have my interfaces. Fair. Actually, do I even have an interface? I think I do somewhere. I'm very bad at using interfaces in my project, like really bad. Settings, utilities. Do I even have an interface? I was supposed to set up one for something, and then I decided, nope. Oh, that's a cool ghost symbol, emote. What are your plans today, Stevie? Are you going to be working on your game? You should make an iHeart interfaces shirt or something. Yes. Actually, one of my favorite current emotes that you have, Stevie, is this one. Ship it! Ship it! I'm meeting with some former colleagues from a game studio that was closed. Oh, nice. Well, I suppose it's exciting that you get to meet with them. I need to find a delegate for when we change the load. So F on save game. Load game saved. Oh, what's it? That's not how you say it. Yeah, we're having a social lunch before one of the friends moves to another province. Ooh. That's a little sad, I guess. Do you speak to them sort of often outside of like meetups and stuff? Like, I don't know, Discord and that kind of stuff? I remember socializing. You gotta go outside to socialize, Jedem, or you can have the people come to you. Often enough, but it's all virtually mostly. That's pretty cool. That's nice. Important. So what do I... Okay, what do we want this delegate to do? Do outside. You awake already? Jedem hasn't gone to sleep. I bet you Jedem hasn't gone to sleep yet. So when we change the game save, so on game save changed. Go. And let's use you as a default. I like delegates. Delegates like me. Delegates go, delegates go. Delegate for notifying when the current save game is loaded. The currently loaded save game is changed. You streamed all day and my times in the other day. I was shocked. Jen, what's going on in your sleep schedule? I don't understand the question. Like, I'll sometimes join Jedham's stream, and I mean, right now it's like 2 a.m. for Jedham. I once raided Jedham, and Jedham was muted because the missus was sleeping. I got distracted for a few hours looking into generation data assets from code. Now I realize it's 3 a.m., so I'm gonna get one of my life. Thank you for the lurk, Jedham. Good luck. It's too hot in here now. I have to open the door again. Okay, so we've got that one now. So now what we can do is in the TD game instance, maybe who calls save game? Save game. Here we go. So we call save game here. That says save game to slot. So if it is successful, actually wait, save game to slot does this. Yeah, save game to slot. No, actually we need to load game from slot. Load game from slot, so here load game, and if this is a boolean, yes. So if this, then do we currently have access to the, what's it called? The subsystem. Not that one. TD subsystem. We don't. So we can call get TD subsystem. Is that what I call? No. Where is my helper? I have a helper for this. Where are you? You exist where? Game mode subsystem, not that one. Is it a manager? NGME pool manager? Nope. Utility, not. It's not a widget, it's not settings, it's not players, it's not an item. Global upgrade manager, it's not you. Game mode subsystem, game mode utility, not that one. I will find you. Where are you used? Because I have something. Game instance, get subsystems. That one, that's fine. That's the resource manager. Here we go, system accessor. That. Where do we call that? There we go. So then I can go back to the game instance, this one. And where's the if block? If, there we go. We do that. So what is it called? UTD game instance. Is that the correct one? No, not that one. F system accessor. Where do you exist? Ah, you exist in the utilities folder. So that's the time manager. What do we have in here? So we've got time manager. Game mode subsystem, that's what I want.
elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the
Entity game mode subsystem, that one. Then we go game mode subsystem. Dash. That. On live game save change dot broadcast. You can be a const. Cool, so that then we can gracefully close Unreal Engine down so it doesn't crash, because we are nice like that. Then once it finishes its, you know, an error while receiving, error has occurred while receiving. You know, that's fine, because we tried to close it down gracefully. That's the most we can do right now for poor Unreal Engine. $861 lazy loaded modules. Poor Unreal Engine, exactly. I just feel sometimes quite bad for Unreal Engine. I don't think I've had any weird bugs at work today, this week. Nothing particularly strange, actually. It was surprisingly calm. I do love the fact that I've got that many source control errors. What are these? World context is null. You see, these I need to suppress because if we're currently not, if the thing isn't constructed, of course it's null. I need to get these fixed and then update my Steam build so I can try that again. Because I test and prod. Apparently that's what I do now. That's a t-shirt if I've ever heard it. You're gonna get your t-shirt made for iHeart Interfaces. I'm gonna go I test and prod. It was funny because I'm not sure if you saw my bug list. But this was essentially my right, my own. So this was the bug list that I had, and most of this came from when I put the game onto Steam and I downloaded the game and I tried to play it. I realized what all the bugs were. So it really does feel like taking this bug list, which I got from Steam, was I quite literally tested and prod. So, you know, maybe not the best, but we fixed it before it's live. How are you doing today, Mydrong? Have you rewrote any other parts of the engine yet? About to rewrite the test framework. That's kind of hysterical. Do we use? I think we use Catch at work. Catch 2. for low-level tests. The documentation is laughably outdated. Well, yeah, fair. Was it? I think it was in Stevie's stream. Stevie tried to follow the documentation for something in Unreal Engine, and they just completely missed one of the steps. Like, it just didn't exist. We got like 80% through writing the article, and we're like, yeah, that's good enough. So we're like, okay. That sounds about right. I was reading the documentation for something else the other day, and they were explaining the different properties, and this is actually a few months ago at this point. And I was so confused because I'm looking at this, I'm like, these aren't remotely what you're saying. They had, if this is your list, A, B, C, D, E, F, they'd done A, B, missed this one, and then put C, then put D, E, F, and G over here. So what they were saying it was and what it was wasn't what it was. I was like, well, that's not helpful. I needed the documentation to understand this better. That, the meant of what I wanted. If you want to implement this, step 4 is you just need to implement it. I found proper UE low-level tests set up in Rider because reports, I mean, so lol. The other issue is, as far as I can tell, there isn't a way of reporting errors in Unreal Engine's documentation, so I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. At this point, I would even take updating their documentation, like read the documentation, find out what's wrong with the documentation, write the fix for them, send it to them and say, hey, I found this problem, please update it. Pretty please. Like, you don't have to do anything. You literally just need to copy my text and paste it there. Okay, maybe ask one of the devs to make sure that I'm actually correct, but most of the work's done. You're supposed to join the obscure Discord server and ask for months before someone with knowledge responds. Yeah, and then they could have really good documentation if they just spent a little bit of time allowing some of the community to help improve it, because at this point the community seems to be using it more than they are because we're the only ones that seem to be reading it. At least they've changed the gatekeeping a bit in terms of the questions that are asked in the developer part, the paid version, so that they're actually allowing some of those questions to get fed into the standard, the community forums, so we can actually get a bit more knowledge. Quite often I have to ask AI for answers due to the documentation being so bad. Yeah. I heard that Epic devs get slapped on the wrist when they work on documentation. I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, I know a few people there, and I could, like, I know with work we could probably contact them and say, hey, there's an error on this part of the documentation, could you update it please? But it's like having to go through that level of stuff just to get something fixed. I also love how they deprecate the old forms, port over the old forms, but all the links posted is in the old forms are broken. Hello. Have you finished napping? There's some documentation for BP nodes that is the exact same as the tooltip and just added pictures, doesn't actually give you any useful information. Yes. They'll link you to the documentation quite happily, and it can be a great resource, but there's a lot of it that's lacking. I actually thought that, well, actually what I expected was that the documentation was actually existed in the GitHub, and it just read information from the GitHub and then posted it there so that you could update it. which I thought would actually be a better way of handling it, because if there's like content that's in the documentation pages that's stored in the GitHub, so it just reads that as its source of information, they could then allow developers to push updates directly to that to then have updated documentation on their website that's actually, you know, correct. Because they've already got the thing set up where you can publish changes to the Unreal Engine source code through that feature, so why not do it for their website content? Not the rest of the website, because there'll be security stuff in there, but like just the content. I know many devs who have just given up on documentation entirely and just will ask AI. I mean, yeah. The thing with the AI, what is also very helpful is that you can usually give you a example, because I often find half the battle is getting the explanation, the other half is seeing how it's used. Are you just gonna sit on my desk until you get a snack? We're just lucky the docs on AI stopped together. True. Best I can do is API docs that are just the function names and params. BRB, you gotta go find my soldering iron. Ooh. Exciting. UE docs become just AI in the future. Share on the post, everyone. Yeah. I suppose that's what will probably just happen. Everyone. Every nun, not everyone. Every nun. Every nun. Posture check. Hydrate. Everybody get a drink. Even on the guy who answers, everyone's... Oh yes, that guy. He's got like, how many thousands of answers now? I've seen him. There's two people on the forums that have, I think, between the two of them, 90-something%. Clockwork, yeah, that's the one. You saw Clockwork. Like, let's look at the forms right now. We go programming, scripting. Let's just go back. Let's go to the blueprint section, right? Because that's where they're the most active. And then we wait for the website to load. There he is. There's Clockwork. So let's look at Clockwork's profile. 2 years. 30,000 posts. 2,747 answers. So that's the one guy. Where's the other guy? I know the profile. Actually, we can probably do it by doing... what badge is this? QA Sage. Who has QA Sage? There we go. Joined in 2014. So these two are probably the top 2 people that have answered questions on the forums. Like, who's at the end of this? 54 answers. I think you have to have more than 50. Oh, I thought you had to have 50 answers to get QA Sage. How can you have QA Sage with 0 to 0 posts? Because as far as I know, the limit is you have to have at least 54 to hit QA Sage. How many am I on? Where's my profile? How do I view myself? Apparently I don't exist. Oh, there. I have 15 answers. Okay. I need to get 35 and then I can become a QA Sage. Like yesterday, got overlap access, got component overlap access, actually gets a cached version. It's not the actual, not as accurate as people expect. Weird. Oh, hello, welcome in. Am I not getting Twitch? I need to have a look why Twitch is not working. Let's give you a shout out. Welcome in, Raiders. How's everybody doing? Was the stream that good? Was it? What did you get up to? Did you do anything fun? I achieved nothing today. You streamed, so you achieved something. You got out of bed. You did something, Og. Did you just go around in circles? Was it just one of those days? One of those days where nothing works. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If it makes you feel any better, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. How long? An hour and 44 minutes, and I've achieved... I've done one thing. I managed to get my save button to... My continue button to actually continue. That's it. Like, this is all I wrote. In an hour and 44 minutes. And it's not even because this is like super complicated and stuff. I'm just somehow very distracted. That's all that I managed. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't worry, you'll get them tomorrow. You'll get them next time. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. I went on for 8 hours. That's a long stream. You need a break from that. Yeah, but those execution lines are crisp. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're not savages. We can be sophisticated and have straight lines. Load game. Okay, load save game change. So let's go. Load game changed. Okay, let's see if this works. Hello? The cat has come back. The cat really wants me to give her a treat since she's going to sit here until I give her treats. Those lights are organize the blueprints. Oh, she's getting a head scratch. Oh, you can just see her. She likes her head scratches. Today is the day that we change the sheets. So the duvet sits on the bed in a massive sort of ball. And she loves that day because she can sort of go underneath all the duvet and make herself like a little nest and chill there. And today's 7 degrees. Oh, it's warming up. It was like 3 degrees earlier. Yeesh, you love the heat scratches. This morning I went to sit on the couch. I was just going to sit down on the couch for like 5 minutes to check my phone. And I didn't realize the cat had started sitting on me. So when I was going to go stand up, the cat was just like lying down, sleeping on me. I'm like, well, I guess I'm staying here for a while. Okay, let's see if this works. Dun dun dun. So P for pause, main menu. Start. The continue button's there. So let's click load game. Load. Back. It works! Let's test it. So select. doesn't work, and I don't know why. Maybe this one also needs it. I may have just solved two problems accidentally. Yeah, that's wrong. That data is all wrong. So let's see. If I go select this, where do you get all... Oh, why are you so complicated? Let's go build widget. Oh, this is going to be super easy. We can just go td game subsystem. I love blueprint subsystems. They make it so easy to get them. Then we can go on game save change. Then we can delete this node altogether. We can say we're going to add an event dispatcher. We'll go create like that. We do that. We do that. Then we'll select a function, which is, can we just call build widget? Yes, that one. We'll call it immediately after it, so it's automatically invoked, and that might work. You're still sitting in front of me. Yes, you want your snacks. There's a break in 15 minutes. Maybe I'll break sooner just because you're being very cute. Let's see, does this work? Start, so we've got the continue button, select thing, that's correct. We click load game. I need to have some kind of indication that load game was successful here. Like fireworks or sparkles or something that says, hey, you clicked this button and something actually happened, not just nothing. What happened? Nothing. Did you load? Nope. Did you not load? Did you load? Did you not load? So the result is the same. Or maybe the game crashes, who knows? You need some archive theme music. This is true. Wouldn't load game start up the game? Something like that. You might be onto something, Stevie. Can you display elapsed time? What do you mean, elapsed time there? I would expect the load game to start the session. I think I agree with you. Right, that's going on my list to add load game, start game. I kind of didn't know what to do with it. That was part of the issues. At the moment it loads, and it's helpful because then I know that that no longer does that. And now if I click select level, we can see this one is incomplete. So the load game does work. But I do think I agree with you, Stevie, that when we press load game, start that level. Continue, basically. Load game needs to continue that save, because otherwise it's very much like nothing's happened. I'm glad to see that work. So if I click play now, and I kind of don't want this to take all day. Oh, she's lying on my hand. Now I can't see what I'm clicking. I think those are the things that I want. We can go and add a gun tower. Let's upgrade the gun tower. All the upgrades, people. I need to redo this menu behind here. I think that's like going to be on my list for today as well, or tomorrow. Fix. Make tower menus look nice, like upgrade menus. Menus, please. And a smiley face so that we know we're being polite. Always add a smiley face. Like to easily see elapsed time being manipulated by a load, save load, is what I was thinking. Maybe that could be an option. So let's add another gun tower, another one, and another one. Then we select this one, we click upgrade, we upgrade that, and then we close that because there's still that bug, and then I have to open that. I feel like this window is too wide, like it needs to be a little thinner. I think visually it looks fine. Oh, there's still that bug, but It is a little wide. I also found a really nice way of changing. So basically, there's the common UI plugin that you can use for Unreal Engine, and I saw how you're supposed to sort of set it up. And I'm probably going to start implementing parts of that because I like the transitions that you get with it from when you go from one menu to another. It'll like fade out and then bring it in, which could look quite cool. So those are all upgraded. So then we can just add some electric towers over here. Let's add some laser towers because nobody gets past the laser towers. Do we have an upgrade for the laser towers yet? No, we don't. We should really add one. Then we can press start and let's go at 2 times speed. They might get through. You know, let's just add a bunch more gun towers while those guys over there go through their deaths. I really need to fix that bug. Rip those guys. How is your overlay coming, Braxton? It was looking very good yesterday. Will it be ready in time for next week's stream? Or are you gonna do it sooner? Oh, apparently they didn't get through because the wave ended. So we press start, we'll do like 8 times and just speed run the game. 8 might be a little fast. Okay, so then we go back to the main menu, press start. Okay, continue does actually work. Quit. So let's first do this, which is file, save all. Continue button now works. Actually, what I want to do is I don't want any saves to this file. This weird asset file is, yeah, you can actually just delete. Which one did I deleted the wrong one, didn't I? I don't know which one I deleted now. File, save all. Okay. Fix game now correctly. Oh, what was it? I fixed continue button, continue button now works correctly. All of those can go except for that. Continue. Push. Minimize. It's good so far. I got the head animation and lined up the Santa body sledge. Frog deer were done yesterday. I might work on some wallpapers for the phone apps I'm developing. Oh, that's cool. That's the one that you're wanting to sell on the App Store. Nice. That's exciting. Did that last one have a select level menu in it? It did. So it had select level menu. It had enemy manager, no. And it had main menu, so it should have everything it needs. I'm excited. My test came out well. Oh, nice. Very good. Very good to hear. I'm just wondering, so... Yoink! Can't yoink my spaghetti! What does this do? Handles... And the save... the currently loaded game changes. We'll make this a different color. Let's make it a little bit darker. There you go. Constructor. And this one will be weird blue. Actually, this should be at the bottom. That should be there because this needs to be destroyed. You starting your stream soon, am I wrong? Not streaming today? Ah. You going out later? Or do you have plans? Gotta go take my sister's dog out. Lives 45 minutes away. Fair enough. Yeah, I am not on watch my sister's dog duty today, which is nice. Yeah, so that's all done. Now what we need to do is on here, we need to... Where is load pressed? That's the select menu, right? So we press load. Actually, we press play. That's correct. We want to open the load menu. So this one. So we press load. Here we go. So we press load game. That loads that. Then after we press load, we should actually play. So selected index, game instance. So select open level by index, which means that we take the, we get that from the game instance. Because what does this do? When we click load, okay, found it and sold it, my thing. Nice, good job. Where was this function, which basically... That does that, not that one. That does load game changed. That's the main menu. This is what I want. Can I make this into a utility function? We give it the game instance. Global. Open level by index, continue game. So let's use continue game. So let's take this data here and put it in here. So this is just going to be Okay, so this needs a game instance. TD game instance. Object reference. TD game instance like that. And then we'll go TD game instance. Puts you into there. Then this needs a data table, so add a new one. Data table. Object reference to that. TD data table. That's going to go in there. That can align to that. TD data table. Like that. You can be there. You can be there. Delete that. Open level by index. That will be that index. And if it is false, that will give us the last known one. Then return. Go. That returns that. Then we can go back to you. I might just start buying lead solder. That would be a good idea. Doesn't start oxidizing. It should be fine. I've had it for a while and it was fine. So this is continue game. Continue game. So where is the game instance? There's the game instance. There's that. So what type are you? You are... Why won't you allow me? So data table object reference is not compatible with common generic input. You have ads. I will be right back.
Un partiale, vamos a empezar. Un partiale, They say that love is blind, but I never trusted sight. When I turn and look inside, there's nothing I can't find. In the silence of the night, when my demons come alive, I hear a voice disguised, telling me we're not alright. You're always on my mind. On my mind. You're always on my mind.
I've returned. I've not had an issue with regular solver. I'm just not heating it enough. The lead lowers the melting point. People review things on Amazon. This thing doesn't the card is doing exactly what it says and will not do, and because my CPU doesn't have enough PCI lanes, it makes the graphics card slower. 1 star. What? Thank you, Tenebrion. Hydrate and stretch. Oh, and posture check. I have very good posture at the moment because the cat stole my chair. He finished her snacks and was like, "Bye, Felicia." Claiming it's bad pro because the CPU doesn't have enough PCI lanes is insane. Like a PCI 16x4 NVU slot card that doesn't use the board. Kind of funny. Sometimes they are paid morons. My favorite is when they've changed like the product over the years. So the product has been on, let's say, for 5 years. So they keep it up and they just keep changing what it is. So then, like variations of it, like, I don't know, here's a water bottle, here's a water bottle version 2, for example. And so it's been up for like 5 years. So it's got like 5,000 reviews that are mostly positive. One guy's complaining because the CPU and board only support PCI Gen 3 and the card says it works with Gen 4. What? Lol. Ooh, it's getting cold. This cat is so happy on my chair. She's got her paws underneath her. I just don't have the heart to move her, even though my back's gonna be like, bruh, what's happening? Like, all the negative reviews on the thing are just pure, baby cack. That's fine, that's fine. So why is the... So if I go data table, what is the one I'm supposed to use? Those are the same types of people that make wild swaps on recipes and review it negatively. But a substitute like pepper with salt or something. I have to run an errand. I'll be back if you're still here when I return. All right. Good luck. Stay safe. I wish Hex had P and K, because then I could make user land exceptions return. Hex. Pemcac. That's actually kind of smart, Hexic, not gonna lie. So TD selected level data. So how do I get... So that's that, right? So TD select level data. How do I get you to use the right one? So what did I set you to? I set you to... Oh, common. TD select... select level data. No, what is the type for it? So that's what I need. The type is TD map struct, maybe? TD map struct. TD map struct. That's a struct, not a data table. Data. So TD underscore. What was it? Select level data. TD select. No. Data table. Would you select composite? Was that the issue? So that works. What does it want here? Oh, now it works. So that should do this. In theory, we don't need to continue game. So we can delete that and then go continue game from the global. Select the this and this like that. He'll make it return the ASCII version of it instead. Nice. You always get us go play comes tomorrow, but you want to play with it now. No. Is it on an early or late delivery for tomorrow? It's on Amazon, so Schrodinger's delivery time, fair. And now my cat is curled up into a ball behind me, so I am sitting with like this much of my seat. I'm somewhat surprised he's sitting with me because Bubbles is... She usually sits with Bubbles. Let's delete, let's update text. So, open level. So load game, we do that. Then we do... open, so continue game. But what about if... What if index 1 is incomplete? Because then we should just play that, right? Let's add that code to it. Because then it gives us more functionality out of the button. I also need to add the end case. Which I'm going to add now as well. So let's give it the TD select... That's game instance. Do we have a game instance here? We do. Nice. Actually, can I just do... No, you can't. TD... For you. This is the load menu. It doesn't actually get any information for that. So what we need to do is go... Oop. Can we promote that to a variable? We can. I prefer having it as a variable just because I find it easier to search for it. So then we can go, that's the data table. So it's select TD. So it's select level data, DT. That's done. Just wondering what next. So, all right, what we want to do is, so if it is not complete and it's false, what will this do if it's index 0? We'll open it. But if it's index 12, so we get to the point where we actually complete. Ooh, I didn't know you could do that. So here, let's say this is the case where we've gone through all of them. So this is all levels have been completed. Play last level again. Not really how you spell again, but I'll take it. So this is this case, right? So in this case, what do we want to do? We want to take the data table. We want to get last. Is there get last? Get a reference. That's not helpful. Length. -1. So -1. Put that into there. Oh wait, no, we don't even need to do that. We can just go array index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. What does this do? This takes the number and it gets the out row of the array index. Ah, that's kind of smart. So we can actually just return the length. Because that's the array index, isn't it? No, it's -1. Is it? Yes. That took me way too long to figure out. So that should be everything we need. Should be good. Should be good to go. Whoops. See if it works. What did you do? So we'll load a game. Let's load this one. Load. You spend $51 on a power bench that can do 350 watts. Isn't that good? I just put my dinner in the oven, having chicken with mushrooms, dumplings, and fries. Ooh, you always eat so well on the weekends. Ah, I want a bench power supply. You just ordered this one. No, that was literally the first one that I saw, and I was like, that looks great. Whoops. I mean, it looks good. I think I can do that. It's not bad at all, actually. I wouldn't mind getting one of those as well. They're so useful. I need to get myself some more breadboards so I can play around with some things, because having one of those would be like great for that kind of stuff. I really want to get an additional desk in my study. I just don't have the space for it, but I can get all that stuff for it. Or basically all of that kind of stuff. You have like 20 breadboards. I've got one. I want to get a whole bunch more that I can play around and do all sorts of things for. Breadboards. Check out Ben Eater's favorite boards. They're really good. A little pricey, but they're good. I suppose they're explaining why they're good. I want to get more into these kinds of things and learn how they work, so I need to probably spend some time doing it. You can get them from Mouser. Who's Mouser? Mouser? I'll have a look. I definitely need to get some of those. Not having troubleshoot janky connection on the board is really helpful. Fair. It's a good point. I guess that's basically why he says, you know, go for a good quality board. You'll go bankrupt. Oh, I see what you mean. Why have you done this, Exec? Why have you done this to me? Oh, you can just buy everything from them. Can I buy resistors? Resistor. Carbon film resistors. Yes. I want... Wait, is 100... Oh, they're 58p per 100. Yes, just all of them. All of them. They have more resistor options than you think exist. Well, I didn't even know this many existed. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. The price shown in the price per unit item over that amount. Yeah, because you get a discount the more you buy. I just need to find some cool projects, some things that I can actually make. So 1 is one thing, 10 might be 90. Yeah, that makes sense. GitHub. AliExpress. I've never bought a single thing from AliExpress. Continue now works from the load menu. It's done. Who's the other one that I've seen online? I never bought from him. RS Components. There was a utility tool that you used for designing PCB boards that you could link to some of these websites where you could create the PCB board, put all the components you want on, and it would actually give you the print sheet list that you could just then send to these guys to order all the components that you needed. Look at all the sensors we can order. I don't even know what I do with all the sensors, but we can order all the sensors. There's vision sensors, vision lens sensors, vibration sensors. We can sense the sensors. How many sensors does it take to censor a sensor? DigiKey is the other one. Ah, yes, DigiKey. I've also heard of them. And this is how we go bankrupt. Like, they literally show you can make a cockpit. Well, maybe not, but, you know. KiCad is a PCB design that has plugins to connect to supplies. I almost ordered a PCB board once. Almost. Wire hookup. Look at all the fiber optic cables. Bankruptcy stream. Wait, what? This is in thousands of pounds? Oh no, wait, external price. Unit price? Wait, I'm confused. Is that the total pricing? Oh, so wait. Quantity 500. Continuous spool. That is pretty cool. You could just buy whatever you need. This makes me excited. Now I need to get a splicer. Oh no, we're not playing with fiber and splicing. On fiber, splice is like super expensive. I'll tell Bubbles I'm rewiring the apartment and then put fiber optics all over the place. Run fiber leads everywhere. And then she'll be like, why do I have to have this weird new card in my PC? It's so you can have like 50 gigabit connection. But we don't even have a 50 gigabit Ethernet, 50 gigabit internet. I know, but we could. We could. See, we're thinking long game here. We could have that. That's I can't remember what we were doing. Something's wrong here. This never works. Oh no, wait, actually we can just do this. We can go DT data table. DT data table. Yeah, not that one. That's pretty cool. DT data table. Just think how fast you can get your NAS. But you also need that upgrade. True. We could build the NAS component by component. This is a brilliant idea. That should all be done. What was that other thing I wanted to fix? That's not my COVID stimulus check went to. Nice. I'm glad you used it well. So I'm pretty sure save after level completes is done. Tracking time is done. I think the only thing... Let's actually look at the tower menu upgrade. I want to see if I can get that. I wonder if I do that one in a different way, where we have a... See, I can't remember how you do it. Well, okay, let's start with this. So... Have I... Okay, let's start with this. Do I have UI, the common UI plugin enabled? So, common UI... Yeah, I do. So there's the common UI plugin. What I want to do is start using that as the base in a whole bunch of my files. And the reason why I want to do that is, one, then I can get the button styling to be a bit more consistent over everything. And two, then I can have cool transitions, because everyone, who doesn't like transitions, right? So we'll implement it in one area of the UI first, because then I can see what I need to do, get an understanding of how it actually works, and implement it everywhere else. You can also broadcast your stream locally, and Bubbles could be watching you with a blasting speed interactive connection. True. That is very true. Bubbles would be so excited. See, to me, that is... Close that. Like, look at the thickness of that one, right? Or the width, should I say. But then if we do it here, and we add a tower and we press upgrade, that's a thick boy. So it must be the row that's causing the issue. So if we go back here to... Where are the rows? Here's the row. So there's the row size, which maybe this is too long. Now who's controlling that? Is it the overlay? No. Is there a size? Oh, there is a size box as well. Let's try 400. That looks better. That's annoying. I wonder with the common UI, can you have a button that looks like that? Because to me, that button looks fantastic. I would actually like to have the button animate as well. So if it can be fed into a texture, that's like AAA++. But can we just add a time node to this? So that loops between the two. Time. Where can I just add time? Like there. Oh. Damian, hello, how are you doing? I go 0.0. What does that do? Control Z. Rotation amount. Does nothing. Oh no, it does do something. Let's try a sine wave and do that. That is so trippy. Does that actually work? It's so fast, but it's so trippy. Fine, just upgraded my engine to 5.7. So far, so good. That is good news. That is very good news. When I'm upgrading engines and you're saying so far, so good is a bit terrifying. Are you enjoying 5.7 so far? Like, does everything work? I'm very keen to upgrade to 5.7. The only issue with me upgrading to 5.7 that I'm worried about is I have to rebuild the entire source code. It's still pretty early, but things seem to be working, except for high-res screenshot with the depth test. That's still broken. Fun. Could you not use the sequencer to create a high-res screenshot? Where if you add a camera, you configure the camera, you add the camera to the sequencer, you tell the sequencer to render, I don't know, five warm-up frames, for example, one actual frame, and then use the result of that. I mean depth mask, not depth mask test. I wonder if that could be fixed with using the sequencer camera. All I can say is don't use 3D text. Crimson's very sad by the 3D text. Gun tower upgrade. You know what, I'll be completely honest, I can't tell if that actually made a difference. Oh wait, I wanted to upgrade, didn't I? Remember how I got sidetracked and then I added a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't need? Is that too trippy? Does anyone else think that's a little too trippy? Like the buttons are having their own little disco party? Not sure if you guys can see it. You know, actually, if that's a bit more subtle, so we divide it by... like, let's divide that by 10, right? What does that do? Is that just like slow now? Still too much. Let's try 100. The button looks fine. I'm not over the top about anything that makes them hard to see. Do you think it's too hard to see? Upgrade. I guess it is a bit. I think it's a little trippy. Yeah. I think spiraling isn't the answer. If I want to make it move, I think it needs to pan, not spiral. What about an outline in the text? I could add an outline in the text. I'm not supposed to be touching this, to be completely honest. I'm supposed to just leave it like that and then walk away. Because I'm trying to fix something completely different, but I got sidetracked. So here is the text. Can you just add an outline? Outline settings. 1. Is that too much though? Because that seems like a lot. Too thick. It's not too bad there. I think it is too thick. That window is jarring change from elements. Yeah, that is like that's kind of what I'm wanting to do now is once I've decided on something that I'm not supposed to be touching. What I want to do is get this. I'm trying to get this style to match that style. Because this style is kind of annoying me. I just want to make it at least match this style, and then we can carry on with this day. Try something ridiculously thick, like 7. Because that's what we're currently seeing. Like, can you do 0.5? No, you can do 1 or 0. What we could do is lower the opacity. Apparently, no, we can't. 0.75. Oh, I changed the wrong one. It was a shadow. Do you like it much with the outline? Actually, this could work. If we do that, so it's a bit more subtle. It's got the outline, right? But it doesn't look as harsh. You see, it's got a bit of the outline now, but it doesn't look like it's as thick. It's almost like a trick to the eyes. I don't know how it's coming across in the stream because we're taking a 4K image and we're going shrink. Me looking at it right now, it's actually better. I would actually possibly bring it up just a touch more. I'm not even sure why I'm touching this. There we go. I'm supposed to be doing something completely else. Put Gamion in the credits as outlines supervisor. Master of the outlines. Resume. There we go. Yeah, nice. Good job, guys. We did it. Good suggestion, Gamion. Good suggestion. I recently updated my in-game font, so I've been in that neighborhood. Have you... Maybe you'll be able to help with this then. So what have you done with your font in the sense that did you pay for a font or did you find a nice font that works for your game? So the reason I ask is I've seen the pricing of fonts and that's terrifying. What happens if we do 7? Oh yeah, that just goes absolutely... It's a cool effect, but it goes a bit out of it. So what size is this now? If we press play, we put a tower down. So this comes up to like... Okay, I guess what we can do is this. Like that's where it's coming up to, right? Here's our reference for what it currently looks like. So let's see if we make it a bit... I'm wondering if it's thin enough now, or do we remove another 550? Size box. 350. I think that is better. Yeah, I like that. So let's go with 350. My artist recommended a font to me. Fonts can cost a few dollars, but I think it's worth it. The thing is, I don't mind spending some on a font, but I don't want to spend £250 on a font. I like being able to identify a game made in Unreal based on fonts. Other fonts that are used, other fonts, what are these things you speak of? I thought all UE devs used Roboto. Just because the default font is, you know, readable. So let's have a look. So that is that. So now, just make your own font. You are a turret engineer. How hard can it be? True. There are a lot of free fonts or low price fonts that could fit. I find it hard to find a font that like fits the game though. If I go to here, and we go new widget blueprint, and then I should see common. Yeah, here we go. Common button base, common user widget, common activatable widget. So what is a common activate? The base of a widget that are capable of being activated and deactivated during the lifetimes without otherwise modifying or destroying. This is generally desirable for one or more of the following. Another hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. The stretch. The posture check. My cat is very comfortable. I'm so glad for her. Look at Heroes of the Storm Overwatch fonts. They seem like they could work in many games and not overly stylized. Actually, a good point. By the way, another bug I found in 5.7 is the collision-enabled setting of collision components can sometimes be changed to not collision. You still have to manually set it during runtime. That's weird. Hasn't happened to me so far, but I'll keep an eye out for it. Widget can turn on and off without being removed from the hierarchy or otherwise constructed thing. You'd like to be able to go back from the widget, whether that means back a breadcrumb, closing the model, or something else. This is that is built in here. Okay, the widget based on the hierarchy is such that it defines a meaningful node. By default, an activation is not automatically activated upon construction. You might want that actually. And this is just the base for everything else. Button base. Button that disables itself when not activated. Button action. I think we're gonna want this one, to be honest with you. But we'll do that. I'll do that just now. Let's have a look at this. How have we constructed this one? So let's start with this. So we have an overlay. We have a canvas panel. So let's start with the overlay. I just copy the overlay. Will that work? Whoops. That is everything inside it. Delete. Ah, so that's what it is. Let's take that, put it there. Okay, so that needs to go in there. Then we can delete that. Then we can take that, put it in there. Then that is the overlay, that is the image, so that can go at the top. Right, that has an image as well. Let's hide that. That's our image. Where is it? Oh, it's not actually inside there. There we go. So then let's set you to do that. Okay, so now visually you look the same. That's really a good start. So let's delete that one. So for whatever reason you're actually centered. I hate that saving a button blueprint will basically wipe his navigation info. Is that a 5.7 specific thing? Or was that a Unreal Engine specific thing? We want a size box. Position is 25. 5 like that. Okay, so that should really look a bit better. Did I forget to change you back? I did. Hi, sir. Robania. Hello. How are you doing today? Are you well? Play. Okay, that's better. Doing well on you. I'm pretty good, thank you. Unreal Engine 5, yeah. Good stuff. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome in. So that gets placed in here. I wonder if... I wonder what we could do if we... Because let's see, when I press play on this one and we go zoom and we go to the upgrade, there's definitely a nice padding amount around everything except for the bottom. So what I would say that we do is full blueprint project. Actually, no, I have a lot of stuff in C++ as well. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening in C++. But today I'm only working on stuff that's, well, most of the stuff is blueprints. I did do a little bit of code today. Nice. This is a vertical box. Let's wrap the vertical box in a size box. And set the override for that. Wait, what am I doing? That's wrong. I'm on the wrong one altogether. This has a vertical box. Yes. Let's wrap this vertical box in a size box, and then we can move the other thing out. Wait, how is... This is just a close button that's positioned wherever it wants. I think we'll follow the same design, so we'll use the same design except... Yeah, so that makes it easy. Yeah, so we'll move that in there under there or something like that. So we'll take all of this, it's a size box currently. What is a grid panel? Not sure the grid panel actually does anything. So this one we go and we're going to wrap it in a size box like that. Then what we can do is override the width to 350, add a padding of 25. And now the sizing of this should be the same for both. So if I press play and we press upgrade, it is not the same. Would have expected you to be the same. Why are you not the same? What do you have that's different? So you have padding in the size box at 25. You should have padding, your padding is 20, but you're still like a ton smaller. 20. Did we not make you 350 for your row? You're set to full. Your size is 125. Your child row is... The size box for you is 400. I thought I changed it to 350. Great. There we go. Now you're both the same size. Fantastic. So then when we press the close button for this, we'll hide that. So let's generate that again. Press stop with the tower, compile and save. Let's build the same thing. So there's a horizontal spacer for that. The close button is just going to be moved into... Copy that close button because it's actually much better. It's in the correct position. This one we can delete. This one can stay there. That will be called close button. We will save that. We'll delete that one. And we will name it. Click on click. Add the close to there. Oops. File and save. What else? So that solves that issue. So how have we constructed this? We made a vertical box and just put all the edge components. And we got that, and then we've got a border, so we'll add the border to it. So there's a vertical box. So let's take this one here, and the space is an image. Horizontal goes that way. We'll add this there. Then we can delete this and that. Put that on there, but we want it between those two there. Delete that. That makes them look a bit more the same. There we go, that looks better. And we have a frame, which is just an image like that, but we actually need to have the tower image placed inside of it. Okay, so then what else do we want to add? So we want to add... What is the size of this text? This text size is 32. That's not what I want. This text size 32. Okay, so they're both 32, so the good sizing. What is the size of you? So you are 1 in 25. So underneath you, we'll add a 1 in 25. And then we add the same before we do anything else. So we copy. There's a border. There's a spacer. Do you have padding above you? You don't. I'm surprised. Is the border... Is that what's controlling this? 10? Yes, it is 25. Cool. So that actually has it built in. It was actually somewhat smart. That at least looks a lot better. We changed all of these, didn't we? Can't remember now. Dun, dun, dun. With ads! I will be right back with the ads. I'm gonna get some more water.
once again. My heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore. Feels numb when I die. Restart me again and again. Your love, the ghost of me. Been waiting for the light. Won't say goodbye. Won't close my eyes and die. I'm waking, give me life. The ghost of me, of me. The ghost of me. One more time. The ghost of me. The ghost of me. Been waiting for the light. Keep run and hide. Won't close my eyes and die. I'm waking, one more time. The ghost of me, of me. The ghost of me. The ghost of me.
I have returned. I finally got ads. I can finally support one of my favorite streamers. Oh, you're so kind, Elmarain. I got a single 3-second ad. That's my support. That's always appreciated. I'm curious, like, where is there documentation from Common UI? Common UI and Unreal Engine. Problem. Common UI solves native multi-layered menus. Complex menu, yes. Returning to the correct element. First, the user sees a pop-up like this on the menu. Then the user chooses the pop-up. How does the UI return to the correct element for the navigation? Yes. This application must be thing. Input route. On console PC, it's done that way. So input route. Highest painted route widget, child widgets. So activatable widgets is one. Common UI, only certain widgets are converted into nodes for the purpose of handling input. They are ready to handle input, receive input. These widgets are called activatable widgets, and they are considered active if they are ready to receive input. Activatable widgets. Active and active states. If they are ready to receive input, can forward input to other activatables. Quick start guide. Viewport input routing. Game viewport client class. What the hell is that? The viewport is the base for all input routing in Common UI. When the Common UI captures input, it sends it to the viewport first, which then sends it to whichever root node is drawn up on top. To support this functionality, perform the following steps. Create an input action table. It's going to require actually a bit of setup. Order and button styling. Common button styling. So if I go open the widgets, we've got backgrounds, we've got components. Let's create. Is the buttons, right? So new user interface. Slate brush, no. So let's go widget blueprint and let's go common. What is it called? Border button. So how do you add a common button style? Right, they click cards. Oh, it's a blueprint. Common UI. I wonder how they call these. The common. I'll just call it C for our sake. So common style. Let's make it that. And what do we get access to? So we've got single material, whether or not the style uses a drop shadow. Oh, so what you could do then, if I understand this correctly, is you could give it something. Let's take our upgrade material button, right? Image size is that, tint is that. So it will then automatically give you all of that. So does that mean that I can just... Where is there a cool place I can add a button? Who's this? So event graph, the designer. Here we go. So let's add common button. Button. I have to create a common button first. How does this work? Sukilos, hello. How are you doing? Did you not see my first message? Apparently not. According to this, it didn't come through. You're on a 5-stream streak, but I see it's on Twitch there. Hello, Siculos, how are you? Sorry, it didn't come through on here. Yeah, it came through on the other one, now that I'm looking at it. You got scammed. Common button. So here's a button. So button thing. Based. So do we just go like... What do you think would happen if I put 30 volts at 10 amps through a taser module? I don't know. An explosion. 300 watts. It could be fine. Maybe. 300 watts of fuck you. What project are you currently working on, Sukilos? Any new music things? Or music videos? Did you get the rigging done? Either it works, or it works very briefly. Common button base. I don't know, let's see what that does. So you just add a button to that, and then how do you give it a style? there's a way of doing this. I think if it's the correct button, it automatically gets the style by when I set it. So common. Unless... Common UI Unreal Engine button style. So common button base is the main button class in the common UI plugin. The most important thing to understand is that it is a user widget subclass, unlike ubutton. This has a few benefits. Make them a user widget means that designers are free to design and create classes of buttons to reuse through the UI. Industries of Titan. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, but what does your UI look like? Damn, that is clean. Oh. That is so clean. What you have now is less than a home outfit. I'm doing the rigging today. Only really had time to watch through videos in the morning this week. Nice. Let me know how it goes. For FK, it seems to be pretty straightforward. Well, that's good to know. So far, all I've had to do was select all the bones, and in the drop-down menu, select Create Controls for Selected. Oh, that's very straightforward. I might have to watch a brief guide on what am I doing with this thing. So there's that. Is there a Properties tab? No. Alright, I'll need to look more into this. I have to go back to the videos and see the solver he did in BP. Okay. Right click to add new nodes. I want to add new nodes. You can first me. How does the upgrade, how does that panel work when I press upgrade? Good luck, everyone. I've got life stuff to do. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Dr. Elliot, hello. How are you doing? Did you make any good progress on your engine this week? You added Lua scripting. Nice. Do you work on, so you only work on your engine part-time, right? Yeah, for fun. Seems like you get more done than the rest of us.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.
That's weird. I just made all the blueprint node things break. Well, not break, but you see how they're not colored correctly. There we go. Now they're correct. That was weird. Eh. There's a bug in that. Cool. So then what happens when... I suppose this is what the common UI thing actually solves, is when this gets shown, the previous one gets not drawn. That's the other interesting thing at the moment, is this one is actually holding control, so actually getting the other one to work might be not bad. But is that because I'm setting it up as a full... I might be doing these actually all wrong the way I'm adding them. Because this one is its own... You see, the tower type for the upgrade is its own component. Then we've got the... which is its own thing. Selected tower is also on, so selected tower should actually control the lifetime of that one. See, what I could do is make this a variable. So let's say that this is the selected tower overlay. And then what we can do is inside of you. Actually, do one thing. When this is selected and we select on a different tower, we need to change. How do we change the tower information? Because maybe if we just change the tower information, actually, it might be easier than doing that. Let's upgrade. This is the show widget for the selected tower. The hell's this? Why is this done on tick? I'm very unhappy with that, but whatever. Show widget is called from where? Macmatic, hello, how are you doing? On tower selected. What we could do is, let's do one thing here. So let's add a variable. Is upgrade panel open, and we will default this to false. when we press on upgrade and we do this, we'll go set it to true. Like that. Doing great, thanks. Glad to hear it. Then, when we call select tower. What have you been up to these days, Magnetic? Go tower, this one. So the tower information, that should be in a build function. That should not be there. Anyway, so let's do this. Do a branch based off of that. Construct. Actually, this could be done at the end. Let's do it at the end, rather. What does this do? So it does all of that, sets all that, then let's do this. If let's go like that. So if this is selected, this one, selected tower, add to viewport, promote to a child, promote to a variable. Not much really, being lazy. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Can I unclick that one? No, I can't. God, yeah. There we go. Then you can go there. That can be set to... Why does this node keep breaking my Unreal Engine file? So we'll have... That can go there, that can go there. Oh, let's actually name it first. So this is going to be the upgrade widget. Upgrade widget. Can be there. That can go here with you. Then you can be upgraded. So that should help a lot. Whoops, I want to do that onto there. There we go. That onto there. Braxton, welcome back. Okay, so that does all of that. Then we will do an on close for it, which will then show this, but we'll do that later. So basically we do that. So if it is true, get selected tower widget, that get remove from parent. Do we want to remove it from parent? I think we do. How do we reconstruct it? So we call... Braxton has coffee! Exciting. Remove from parent. Can I not call that on that? What type is this? Wait, that's the upgrade widget. Didn't I call it something else? This is selected tile widget. Oh, that's why this is wrong. It's that. This is upgrade widget. That's the one that I want over here. Get, delete that, remove that one from the parent. Then, if it is true, we do that. We do that. And then what we'll do is we'll call the function button upgrade. btn upgrade. Why are you so long? I need my fuel. Fair enough. Custom event. Show button upgrade. Show upgrade. Tower upgrade. Show tower upgrade widget is that one, like that. Then you will just be show tower upgrade widget. You can all come with me down there. That's good. That handles all of that. So now I press play and we do resume. We add some hacks. We add a gun tower. We select it. Press upgrade. We come to this menu. So we upgrade this one. Then we'll close all of that. We'll go back there and we'll say, one thing I do want to do is if you click here, it closes them all. So that's that one. If I click on this one, okay, so that actually helps you identify the bug, funny enough. So now the correct data between the two, because what was happening was the data, I was selecting a different one, but it wasn't updating the data for it. Now it is. Still got a cat behind me. You can see we can do that, and now we can go between the two, which is fantastic. Next, what I need to do is when we create that widget, we need a callback on it. So let's create... Where's the back button? Oh, it's at the top there. Huh. I'm sitting like, how does this work? Because close just closes itself, but then what we can do is we can actually add a event. So let's add a... is it a dispatcher? New dispatcher. Close called. Then we will make this where this is publicly editable on this blueprint class. Compile. So call that. Then on here, when we on back, photo back, widget upgrade, what is it called? Closed. Call on closed, bind event on closed. Do that. And we'll add a custom event dispatcher. Add a matching event. Widget upgrade. Widget closed. So we'll do that, which handles all of that stuff for us. So what we can do then is, when do we call close? Event, bind widget. Upgrade is clicked. What about the close button? Where's the close button being clicked from? How does this even close then? It's magic. It's magic. Is there a binding or something? Yeah. Oh, on close button click. Calls hide upgrade UI. Very unhelpful, surprisingly unhelpful. Do that. So that should call that. So then inside here, what we can do is, when we show this, we can go and say that the selected tower overlay, that's what we want. That is such a cool emote. The magic stars. Selected tower overlay. Get that. Set visibility. And we want hidden. Collapsed. And then we want visible. So that can go there. That can come here. Put that under there, like here, that. And that should solve the problem. Compile, save, play. So now we add a tower, we press upgrade, and it goes away. Fantastic. And then when we press close, it shows up again. Now the only thing that I would potentially do a change now is inside this one. Can we like attach it to a specific point? So here you are anchored to a Y position of that. I want to kind of do, as much as it is good, I kind of need them to, almost want them to be at the same size so that when you change between the two, it's not as drastic as the button, the close button now moves down or up. In that case, let's anchor this whole thing. This one. We'll anchor it top left. Like that. And we will say that it is positioned 540. Then, for the other one, we'll do the same. Position top left, 540. Makes no sense. We position it at 1. Will that work? 1. Or was it 0? $150. There we go. That looks nice. See how much better that is? There's no that drastic change between the two. Cool. Let's save that bad boy. Fix tower. Tower UI now matches the upgrade. Tower UI. Clappers! Thank you, Anima Rain. Alright, I need to go and start making some dinner, which means I need to raid. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Who are we gonna raid today? Raid Alzo. Who is live? What streamers eat? What the heck? Indeed. Indeed. It's crazy that we have to eat. Should we raid Nerk Mind, IRAD, or Nerds? Decisions. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do a random wheel. Let's do a random wheel since no one can decide. Well, I can't decide. Nerds. Bye, Siler. I'm sorry. I was gonna say. Rad. Twitch has a random option. Has a random raid option. Oh. And how do you spin? How do you spin? Spin. Nerk. Okay, fine. Let's do it. Rigged. You're rigged. How dare you? Right, let's go back. Let's do that. /raid. Thank you all for keeping me company today. We got some good progress done today. There's a raid message if you want it. Have a good afternoon. Thank you very much, Braxton. I'll see you in your stream shortly. I'm assuming you're streaming today. I will catch you all tomorrow. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. If I don't see you then, you are streaming, so I'll see you then. I will see you in your stream then. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Pushing me closer to the edge.